British backpacker Grace Millane was killed by pressure to her neck, according to an expert Crown witness. The forensic pathologist who carried out the post-mortem examination on Grace Millane's body was in the witness box today in the trial of the 27-year-old accused of her murder. The Crown's case is that the accused strangled her in his central Auckland apartment, but the defence says that her death was an accident during consensual rough sex. Our reporter Sarah Robson is at the High Court in Auckland, and just a warning, her story contains details that some people may find distressing.
Forensic pathologist Simon Stables took the jury through the details of what he found during the post-mortem examination of Grace Millane's body. Justice Moore had this warning for the jurors as they were handed the Crown's evidence booklets containing photos taken during that process.
For obvious reasons, aspects of those photographs are disturbing, and I'm just letting you know that and warning you about that.
Grace Millane's mother Gillian cried and buried her head in her hands in the front row of the courtroom's public gallery as Simon Stables described the injuries on her daughter's body. Dr. Stables said there were a number of bruises on Ms Millane's upper arms as well as on her shoulders.
They're in the typical location, what we call restraint bruises or restraint marks if someone's being held down or being either by fingers or anything else. That's sort of the location where you might find those injuries.
While it is notoriously difficult to date bruises, Dr. Stables said it was likely they all occurred at the same time because they were all the same colour. He said this was probably around the time of her death, sometime on the night of December 1st and 2nd last year. But it wasn't until Dr. Stables did an internal examination that a significant bruise to the left side of Ms Millane's neck became apparent. Crown prosecutor Brian Dickey asked him what could have caused it.
All I can say that it's been due to pressure on the neck, and that pressure has been applied for long enough for that bruising to occur, and with enough force for that bruising to occur.
Can you speak to how long that might be or what that level of force might be?
No, I can't. All I can say that it's the bruising wouldn't occur, I don't think, with a sort of a gentle pressure on the neck. It has to be something a bit more forceful than that.
That pressure on the neck was the cause of Ms Millane's death, Dr. Stables said, but he couldn't determine what exactly that pressure was from.
It can be from manual strangulation, it can be from a ligature, it can be from what we call a choker hold, so when you put the arm right round the neck, or it can be from a forearm bar hold, which is really just the forearm going straight across the neck. Either of those could cause this injury.
The Crown prosecutor asked Dr. Stables how long it would take for someone to die when their brain is deprived of oxygen.
To starve the oxygen of brain to cause death, you need to starve the brain for at least 4 to 5 minutes. Now, to maintain pressure on the neck to sufficient to do that for 4 or 5 minutes is actually takes quite a bit of effort. It's quite a long time. It doesn't seem like it, but to do it for 4 or 5 minutes would actually take quite a bit of strength.
The Crown prosecutor asked Dr. Stables whether he had seen any cases where someone had died from strangulation in a sexual context when they were with another person.
As a cause of death, manual asphyxiation in the context of sexual activity. Can you comment on how common or unusual it is?
As I say, it's from my point of view, it's incredibly rare. I personally have never seen a case. I don't know of another case that certainly occurred within Auckland or within the parts of the country when I was involved with that.
Under cross-examination, Dr. Stables said he couldn't speak to whether the bruising on Ms Millane's body was consensual or not, but he couldn't rule out that the injury had occurred during rough sex. This afternoon, 2 police officers who initially spoke to the accused about Ms Millane's disappearance gave evidence. The jury heard the accused lied to the officers about when he last saw Grace Millane. One of the officers said he had told her he last saw her at 10 o'clock on the night of December the 1st. The other officer said the accused told him his last memory of seeing Ms Millane was walking down Victoria Street in central Auckland. The trial continues with a number of Crown witnesses still to give evidence. Mō te hōtaka o te ahi ko Sarah Robson, aho.